Welcome back to the American Dream Portfolio. Please subscribe to our channel if you want to embark on the exciting journey of reaching for and achieving the American dream. In this video, we'll introduce a concept that is very important to your journey: passive income. Imagine that you are at a cafe, socializing with friends. You talk, you laugh, you relive favorite memories. After a while, you realize that you and your friends have been enjoying each other's company for most of the afternoon. What a wonderful way to spend those hours. But what does this agreeable scene have to do with your journey towards the American dream? Well, what if I told you that while you were relaxing at the cafe, there were forces at work in America that were paying you more than you would have earned if you had spent that same afternoon hard at work? Am I describing some sort of joke or trick? Am I trying to take you for a fool? No, I am not. For the scene I have just described represents what life is like for someone who has built up their American dream portfolio over several years. In so doing, they have realized a most astonishing achievement. The investments in their American dream portfolio are beginning to work harder for them than they can work for themselves. Let's say you are a taxi driver by trade and you have committed long enough to your American dream portfolio through regular contributions. You may be amazed to realize that the portfolio makes more money for you while you're at the cafe than you can earn while you're driving your taxi. Hocus pocus, you might think. Some kind of magic or wizardry. No. What I am describing is the passive income that is built up by the powers of compounding and appreciation when they have been allowed to work over sufficient time. We will take a hard look at these incredible powers in future videos. For now, let me explain what passive income is. Passive income, sometimes called unearned income, is money that derives from an investment's distributions, such as interest, or from the sale of an appreciated asset. In our previous video, I told you what an investment is. Remember that an investment is a purchase that can do one of two things for you, or maybe both of those things. It can generate an income, or it can go up in value, or it can do both. Passive income can derive from both features of an investment. What sort of investments generate an income? We introduced this topic in the last video, but let's dig into it a little deeper this time. First, there is cash. Not the cash that you leave in a drawer or under a mattress, but cash in a bank account or other financial institution, because cash in these accounts pays interest. And interest is passive income, but you must not think that bank-generated interest will get you to the American dream. It will not. That's because money in a bank does not work hard enough for you. Instead, it works hard for the bank. The accounts that banks offer and the interest that they pay will not get you to the American dream. Instead, these accounts provide you with a protective reserve of cash. Money available to you if any unexpected expenses arise, like a car repair or the making up of lost wages. We will return to the subject of cash reserves in a future video. A third asset that generates passive income is a stock. Stocks represent part ownership in a business, typically a fairly large company whose stock trades on a public exchange. The income that stocks may provide is called a dividend. Dividends represent part of a company's profits that are paid to its shareholders, usually 4 times per year. Not all stocks pay dividends, but most of the larger and more established companies do. We have much more to say on dividends in future videos. Our final asset that can generate income from distributions is real estate, real property that houses families and businesses. Property such as apartment buildings, retail spaces, and industrial or commercial centres. The income that real estate generates is called rent, and real estate, like stocks, represents ownership of the asset rather than the lending of money. Now, you may be thinking that you would love to own real estate and collect rent, but that you could never afford to buy such a property. Well, never fear, because on this channel, we will show you how you can take an interest in real estate for very little money. In fact, we will show you how you can invest in all of the asset classes we've just covered, even if you have a very modest income. Remember, we will help you start where you are with whatever you have to begin your American dream journey. One final point about passive income is that it can derive from any investment that has increased in value simply by selling a portion of the position. The proceeds need not come from interest, dividends, or rent. For example, passive income could be produced by selling shares of a stock, even one that paid no dividend. So there you have it. If you invest wisely and over sufficient time, you can spend your days doing as you please, and the money will keep on coming, courtesy of passive income. In our next video, we'll reveal our final appreciating asset class and discover what forces can be working for you in America to help make you rich while you're at the cafe socializing with friends. See you next time.